another fabulous episode of Ekse on Cape Town TV. I'm Kim Blanchet and I'm joined by my lovely co-host.
Yes, better known as Uput Fleek. Listen, inkubo yethu sonke full so good to be back on your television after a great weekend of nothing but fashion. The South African Men's Wear took place, and of course the Durban July, which is the biggest event in South Africa, I think also took place, and of course the who's of the who's in the entertainment industry were there looking fantabulous.
And I'm ready because I was watching social media and I saw the outfits, and what did you have to say about it?
I think people up to their game, I think they looked amazing. I don't know
what about Zodwa?
Zodwa, I don't want to talk about her because she said some nasty people about gay people on social media, so she can just go to.
Yeah, I think everyone else did really, really good.
Who was your favorite?
Really impressed. I think I loved Bonang.
I also loved Bonang, but I think Mihlali and looked like a princess. Well, without wasting any further time, come up later on the show, we're joined by Youth in Property Association, which is an amazing association that is all about uplifting black individuals within the property sector. If you're into that field of life, make sure you stick around for that.
Yes, today is all about young entrepreneurs. We're also joined by Buso Boyana from Base Entertainment, and they will be here talking to us about how they started their business, their caps, their t-shirts, and now events. What is going on and how do we move forward?
That sounds amazing. And also Exodus, the Exodus, which is a clothing brand, is also right here in the building. They are no strangers to our television. There were no strangers right here in studio. They are here to tell us more about their latest brand. If you want to know more about that, make sure you stick around. And of course, Black Tax, we're talking all things Black Tax. But right now, Kim, without wasting any further time, let's check out some trending news. While earlier on we mentioned how Zodwa went on social media, actually she went on her reality talk show to name shame gay people and saying nasty things about gay people. While on the other side, banned for being gay in Zambia after he was invited to speak on the dynamics of being a homosexual. However, it seems the minister had other plans, as it was reported that he banned Usomizi, which is one of the biggest personalities right here in Zanzibar, because he feared that the presence would of course dilute the Zambian citizens' Christian values. We remember Uzodwa also suffered the same remorse when she was banned from performing in Zambia because Yambangas, I think, didn't make it.
And it was also so sad to announce that Mandla Maseko, popularly known as Space Boy and Afronaut, has passed on. Now, he was one of the 23 people selected who won a trip to space sponsored by the Ekse Apollo Space Academy. Now, he could have been the first black African person to go to space, and it is really sad that we have lost him.
Man, it's always sad moments, always sad vibes when we lose people who have bright future, people
and great impact
in our lives. The other person that has sadly passed away is, of course, Mr. John Fredericks, who's the author and film writer of the iconic Nume Scully movie. It is painful. It is a painful nature and how he used his traumatic experience as determination to empower the younger generation with writing, storytelling, drama, and of course publishing skills. I know he came here right on Ekse when the movie was actually released to talk about his experience and how it has helped him to actually write and publish and actually make this movie one of the best movies to ever come out of.
And it was one of the best movies.
Definitely.
I had the privilege and honor of being with him in a seminar, and it was really moving. It was one of the first writers where I felt like, wow, like I actually learned something.
And it's always good to have people, Africans, writing about African stories instead of having people from overseas coming here and taking over. Well, to both families, we send our condolences and well, that's all we have for trending news right here on the show. If there's anything that we have missed, do make sure you hit us up on social media at Ekse_live on Twitter and Facebook at Ekse on Cape Town TV. And they can call us right on?
Yes, on 021 448 0448. Let us know what you're up to to let us know what you're doing for Mandela Day. And
Yeah.
it is really important. As South Africans, it's really important. We need to take accountability and really help our communities in any
Definitely.
way we can.
Definitely, it should be a Mandela Day each and every day where we help our communities.
Yeah.
That's why this show is all about young people doing great things. We've got incredible lineup for you. So to make sure you tell your mom, you tell your pa, you tell your auntie, you tell your grandpa that it's
Say for
happening.
Amal.
Everyone, that is happening right here on Ekse. But right now, let's check out this cool music video. It's Brain the Tool, My Zone.
My zone.
Into the biggest hit show in Mzansi. This is Ekse right here on Cape Town TV, taking all the way up until 5 p.m. Snella J in the building, and of course the beautiful Kim. And we're joined by Buso, who's from Base Galore company. They do everything, guys. They're actually one of the greatest company you ever found right here in the mother city. Butuam, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, man.
It's a pleasure having you. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's talk about the work that you do. How did the idea come about? What inspired you to come up with this incredible company?
Look, what happened was that I had friends who were DJs, of which I still do have. One of them approached me to say, hey, listen, man, I'm looking for a manager.
Yeah.
So can you please manage me? And I think the request came from the character that I have,
Yeah.
all that sort of thing. So I had to come up with a name, and then the name for the company to represent what I'm gonna be doing for him, and then I had to. Then I named it Base Galore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're saying that you worked with someone before who you managed and he was a DJ?
Yes, I worked with him
Oh.
because he was an artist and
Yeah.
I was the manager. So I was rendering my services to him
Okay.
Oh.
as the manager.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So Base Galore being on its own as the brand and as the event coordination company,
Yeah.
and so forth and so forth.
So how do you choose the artists that you work with?
Look, I don't think there's a certain way that I choose. I think mainly it's based on the person, how they carry themselves on social media, and do I find a linkage within what I am doing with what they're doing?
Yeah.
Do we speak the same direction? Do we share the same enthusiasm? And that whole sort of thing.
Yeah. So one would say you manage artists. From managing that one DJ, you've moved on to making T-shirts. From that, you move on to doing great, huge events around Cape Town. How did you branch to all of those areas?
Okay, cool. I branched out because all of these things are linked.
Yeah.
To do the other must be there.
Yeah.
So while we're waiting for customers to come and purchase our stuff, we create an event for them to be there, and then we also sell the stuff to them.
That's great.
So doing the same thing that feeds the other was always the plan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So in-house, everything. But we've sort of stepped away from doing the management of artists and all that sort of thing. But it's not something that we will not do ever again.
Yeah.
We are still doing it, but very mild.
Yeah.
Not like
Not like pushing.
we're focusing on more on the other stuff now.
Okay, that's right.
And you create clothing, and you know SA Men's Week has just passed, and fashion is constantly evolving. How do you see your brand evolving in terms of fashion?
Wow, what a question. Look, I do see the brand evolving because Base Galore is not anything special, guys, to be honest. I just live off what's trending, and I just watch the market, and I just watch who's doing what, when, how, and then I find myself within what they're doing, and then do me. You
Yeah.
understand? So I don't want to reinvent the wheel. I just want to make it move faster.
Yeah. Let's talk about how you market your brand, because we know nowadays you have to be out there, you have to market the brand, especially when it comes to fashion.
Okay.
How do you market your brand, and for someone who's watching right now, how can those tips help them as well?
Look, how I market my brand, I base it mainly on this happened possibly by accident. It was never a plan, it was instinct, it was probably nature, that my brand was based on me
Yeah.
as Ubuso, and then Base Galore feeds off Ubuso's other character that I have within me. So what I've done is I've based it on myself and the things that I like, and then I wear them, and then the rest likes them.
Yeah.
So this secures me originality, and this also secures me the fact that I will never have to worry about what am I gonna do next. I know I just do what I like, and then the next person gets to like it. And how I market the brand is obviously Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. On my WhatsApp, I have quite a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because I'm also a car salesperson. I work for Barron's Balvo, which is situated at Durbanville Road, corner of Raglan Street. The very same clientele which I liaise with in selling cars is also on my WhatsApp, it's also on my Facebook, and also being there, and I get to explore more things and all that sort of things.
So I guess you use each and every platform that you add. If you attend an event, you use that event to actually promote your clothing
And
brand.
everything
That's
is
great.
interconnected constantly, which makes it obviously easier for you to promote Base Galore.
Yeah.
And who are the type of people who come to your events? Or who's your target market?
Look, target market, I find that question to be very... I don't really, but anyway, I'll answer you
Even the cocos can come.
As per how, yes, even everybody can come, because everybody needs clothes, everybody loves looking stylish, everybody loves to be in a nice car, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm for everyone. I have no target market.
Yeah.
Some kids love Base Galore. I don't really make kids stuff, but I will make an exception for those that like really love the brand. And then you get the go-go's, like for example, I have a seamstress who's Togo, and her mom loves the stuff, and she wears the Base Galore jacket. So that's what I'm trying to say.
It's for everyone.
It's for everyone.
It's for everyone. I can see you keep working the brand actually.
know?
I think you're the type of person
You know?
that would slay into this brand. And speaking of slaying into this brand, we've got some few models that you've brought with you. I'm wearing, I can see a hoodie, I can see a jacket, I can see a t-shirt.
That's a
And
bomber
I see
jacket.
beautiful makeup
As well.
We'll get to that. We see that there's a bomber jacket over there, which is about $650.
Yeah.
And then you get a crew neck t-shirt, which is about $200 for ladies, and then the beanie is about $100.
Yeah.
And the makeup is done by a beautiful friend of mine.
She's a friend of mine as well.
Yeah, she's Pume Zayo. She does
I
a good
want her
job.
to be my friend.
Yo, she looks amazing. Guys. She looks amazing. Well, thank you, lady. And of course, I also have a question for you. Since you've brought ladies with you, is the brand also does it accommodate gents?
Yes, it does accommodate gents. I am the gent. I am wearing it.
Yeah.
In case you didn't notice.
I did actually. I can see your cap.
Yeah. BG's main clientele is mostly female.
Female, yeah.
And I tend to operate and market them than anyone else.
Kim, I think this is for you. Look at it. Take us through the outfit.
Okay, this one was actually made by someone that they wanted it to add it on their Base Galore line.
Yeah.
So for everybody that's out there who wants to embark on that, like, look, I'm making clothes, but I don't know how to market them. I need to market them. You just come to me, we talk, and then we make it happen like this one happened.
Beautiful.
We make it happen. I love
I
this.
also love it.
Kim, when is your birthday? I'm definitely getting for your birthday.
27th of February.
Next year. That's fine.
One in the month of legends.
Enough time to actually save. Can we get the next one? I love red.
Ooh, red is my color.
Okay, here we've got another bomber jacket, obviously, which is the red and white one. This is a limited edition. We won't have too much of these.
Yeah.
That's
so
stunning.
the quicker you get your
The
money
better.
in my account, the better.
How do you choose when something goes into the limited edition space? How do you pick? How do you know this one needs to be limited?
I actually like that question. You know, what I've also noticed about myself before I even started doing this for other people is that when something is beautiful, you would hate to see more of it on the road. Like myself, I would hate to see other 20 people in Cape Town wearing this if I had to own it myself.
Yeah.
So I treat my customers as per how I would like to be treated. So that's how I get to choose. Not that other stuff are not as good looking, but you just get that thing that this one belongs there. You know what I mean? And based on those reasons, and then we make the decision, and then we put it out there, and then we limit edition it.
And I love the variety because we have some semi-casual, we have some casual, we have some formal. It's beautiful. I really enjoy that.
Thank you so much, man.
Let's talk about your latest achievement. What are some of your highlights so far in your business?
My biggest highlight in my business is associated with another business which I work for, which I mentioned earlier, which is Barons Belville. Which, by the way, if I can tell you this, which is actually exciting news.
Exclusive right on Ekse.
Yeah, we just recently made Club of Excellence,
Wow.
which is Barons Belville. And our sales manager also won an award, Sales Manager of the Year.
Yeah.
So that means that I'm at the right place. I'm inspired by the right place. I do these things
And you've
because,
got
you know,
people who are
so-
with you and supporting you.
Exactly.
So if someone wants to purchase your stuff, they want to support your brand, they want to rock it somewhere, how do they get hold of you?
And what are your handles on social media?
yeah.
Okay, cool. It's quite straightforward. There's a WhatsApp number which is 076
Yeah.
356 4588, and then you call that number or you WhatsApp the number, you place the order there. And then before you get to that stage, you first have to go to Facebook.
And actually like everything.
No, actually take a screenshot of what you like, and then
then-
WhatsApp it to me,
Okay.
and then we take
I'm
it
sure you are Base Galore on Facebook and everywhere.
everywhere.
Well,
Okay,
there you have
cool.
it, guys. Base Galore, definitely everywhere.
Thank you so much for joining us. It was really, really a pleasure to have
for
you
having
here.
me, man.
And now we're going to a music video called My Zone by Brain the Tool. And welcome back to Ekse, the biggest, the baddest, most hip and happening show in Mzansi. Now, thank you, Buso, for that lovely interview. I'm so happy you joined us because I'm definitely going to Base Galore to get an outfit from there.
It will definitely suit you, trust me.
And now we are joined by Stephen Fine from YIPA,
Yeah.
the Youth in Property Association. Welcome, Stephen.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being here.
So let's talk about the vision. What inspired you to come up with such an incredible idea, especially business idea? Because youth in property, we all see older people doing it. We don't see young people doing it, being part of property. How did the idea come about?
So I think you hit the nail on the head with that one.
Yeah.
The problem is that we don't see enough youth
Yeah.
participation in the sector. So YIPA is actually a non-profit organization, so it's a non-profit company.
Yeah.
And the aim of the organization came at university with a lot of students studying property studies. And what we found was the industry wasn't actually transforming. First, we weren't seeing enough black people into the
Yeah.
industry, but along with that, the industry remained very old. And the aim of YIPA is to bring more youth into the property industry and involve us actively in the property industry.
Yeah.
And what are your initiatives? What are you focused on in relation to participation with youth? What are your initiatives?
So we hold events at the University of Cape Town. We're also moving that well beyond the University of Cape Town, and we're holding events in Joburg. We had an entrepreneurship event in Joburg last week in Sandton, where we had 75 young ambitious property entrepreneurs, and we had some of the biggest players in the property industry come talk to them, motivate them about how they can actually become part of the industry. And then along with that is one of my passion projects that we started 2 years ago, which is our Job Shadow program, which is where we take 35 kids twice a year. So it's 70 kids. We're upping that to 100 now, but increasing it to Joburg, and we get them job shadow positions at some of the biggest property companies around Cape Town and Joburg.
That's
So that's 100 kids a year from schools all around Khayelitsha and Alexander, getting them job shadow positions.
Yeah, youth, not youth actually, no. Property investment is becoming such a huge thing with so many people buying property, renting property out and making lots and lots of money. What are some of the things, some of the factors that keeps young people from joining this huge industry?
So the most obvious one is obviously capital.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a big investment to go to buy your first property. So I mean, that is the easiest one. But along with that, it comes a lot of knowledge. That we're not informed as young people of how to get into the sector. But I think it's very important to note that the sector is not just limited to buying property. There's other ways to enter the industry. So you can enter it through working at a property firm. There's management of properties, and it's a very, very big sector that we just don't seem to, as youth, get the exposure to eventually end up in the industry.
Yeah.
And have you seen an increase in people, in youth, like participating in the industry since you've started?
So obviously it's a long-term goal.
Yeah.
Nothing's going to change overnight. What we focus with, at least what we found with the Job Shadow program, is we're getting a lot more applications into university from learners. And for me, looking at these things to build it long term and make it sustainable, it's important to have a grassroots initiative.
Yeah.
So that's getting more people to study degrees in the property space will allow us in the future to have more people participating in the property sector.
Is there a criteria choosing process of who becomes part of the association? How does one know that I do qualify to be part of YIPA?
So the association is open to all youth, so that's 18 to 35. Regardless of your background, it doesn't matter. The aim, we want as many people to have access to the resources that we provide, to have access to going to the property buyer show, which we offer free tickets for every year,
Wow.
and potentially have the opportunity to go to other events that we provide tickets for.
Okay. And talk to me about your business seminars. How does that work?
The business seminars, so our business seminars are really, the point of it is to give people exposure. So we bring in some of the big players in the property industry to come impart their knowledge on the youth who can come to the talks.
Yeah. Let's talk about once someone has joined. Let's say if I join the YIPA right now, what programs do you guys offer for young people who are part of the organization?
So the programs are largely these talks at the moment. So these talks that we provide you with the opportunity to come to these talks. So we are doing a lot of work with third parties. The reason for this is because we just don't think people are exposed to these opportunities. So being a group and connecting with the players who are holding these big talks allows us to provide people with the opportunities to go to, as I said, the property buyer show. We have the SAPOA we partner with, and we've recently partnered with Liberty 2 Degrees to then really expand our offering.
Yeah, I'm sure so many young people, I think one of the challenges that we face, we don't know much about property investment. Let's take it back. This should have been the first question. What is property investment?
So property investment is this, you could almost classify it in two ways. Either you can directly invest in property, so that's me actually going out and purchasing a house, which then I will rent out. The alternative is to buy shares. So you can buy shares in property companies, which is aligned to direct property investing.
Yeah.
And where's the organization based in Cape Town?
So the organization based, we're a bit of nomads.
Okay.
So we float around, we operate between universities, and I operate from wherever I can. So yeah.
And where can people find out more?
So they can go to our website, which is www.yipa.co.za, or they can check out our Facebook site, which is the Youth and Property Association.
Do you have some successful stories that you'd like to share with us?
Successful stories would definitely, it would have to come from the Job Shadow, which is one of the learners who came on the Job Shadow and really thrived at the company. The feedback we always get is amazing, and from that the aim is to then get them through to UCT, and we've had successful applicants come from our program and get accepted into UCT, so we're very proud of that.
When it comes to capital, you said capital is a huge challenge for young people, especially in an economy that is currently doing so bad. Capital is becoming something that is not available to most young people. How do you guys assist young people to get their hands into the money, get their hands into the capital, and then probably buy properties around?
So we can't obviously provide capital within reason. So as I said, it is a long-term goal of ours that hopefully in the future we'll be able to provide capital and funding for ambitious entrepreneurs that have a business model. But currently we can't provide capital. So what we do is education. So it's educating people about the potential that they can have. So work in the property industry, learn the trade, earn a bit of money while you're working there, and then from there move into
I'm sure
purchasing.
property is an industry that can be joined by anyone, whether you're a TV presenter, you're a doctor, you're a businessman, you're a nurse. It is an industry.
I think
that
it's
you
just
can
about
join.
information. If you lack the information, which I am getting, that's what you provide, is like the source of information, which I think is the most important part.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have the information, you're never going to do it. To me, property scares me. I wouldn't, like, I think of it as a source of income, but it scares me because I don't know anything about it.
And for me, I would say it doesn't scare me, but I see it as something that's for older people.
Yeah,
I see something that's for people when I retire one day, just buy property with my retirement funds. But I think those are some of the things that we need to change.
It's changing the stigma that it is actually something that young people can get into, and as it is a long-term asset. It's not something that you just buy when you retire. The younger you can get into it, the better you're looking in the future.
So do you advise someone to take a loan and go and invest in property and then make money off of that, or is that?
Well, I don't want to give financial advice at the sake of putting anyone in trouble. But I would look long term if that's something that you're passionate about. It's not always something that if you buy shares in property companies, that's passive, so you can sit back and hope that your shares grow. But if you are going to actively invest and buy a house, there is work that comes along with it.
Do you advise people who want to buy property but they're not part of the association? They would like to come and say, okay, I want to buy this property. They think I'll make money out of it because
So we would be incredibly hesitant to do that because we're not financial advisors. We're here to bring more people into the sector and help and educate the youth, but we're not here to advise people on if they should make a property investment or not.
Okay, thank you so much. It was a pleasure having you, and I'm sure so many people are so excited about this type of these ventures. But right now, we're going to take a quick breather. When we return, lots and lots of edutainment. It's a Monday after all, so we want to bring you nothing but the best. And we are back like umqolo. This is Ekse right here on Cape Town TV. We're still bringing nothing but the best of edutainment. Remember, if you'd like to get in touch with us, you'd like to participate in the show, you'd like to be a guest on the show, it's simple. Go on Facebook at Ekse on Cape Town TV, slide into our DMs, or on Twitter at Ekse_live, or you can call us.
Or you can call us on 021 448 0448.
And you can find me at Sinalo Jonas on Twitter, Facebook, and of course on Instagram. I need those.
Kim Blanche.
We need those followers, guys. Keep them coming. We need those followers.
Do it.
But right now, we're talking all things fashion. We're talking all things fashion branding. We're talking all things clothing. We're
And I'm seeing colors.
I love colors. These guys are absolutely no strangers on our show. They are, of course, Exodus. That's a chapter in the Bible. I want to ask about that name. It's Sati and Eloiso Ponyo. Guys, welcome on the show.
Thank you so much.
You guys are no strangers to Ekse. I want to talk about the name. You know, I'm always when it comes to naming brands with names from the Bible, I always want to know.
Why?
Why?
Okay, Exodus, how we came up with this, it's like we look back in our life, like with the time when we were growing up, or like struggling, like trying to achieve things, you see. But like where we are now, you see, it came like this. It's like when we look back, we were struggling, like growing up from the mountainous areas in Eastern Cape, where the education was poor, and we managed to come to Cape Town, and we studied further, and from there we still managed like to achieve like our goals, you see. That's where we came up. It's like
all in all, like Exodus is a journey. Means a chain like from the bottom to the top. Yes, exactly.
And of course, that is a chapter in the Bible that is about the journey.
Started from the bottom, now we're here. Now you're sitting here on Ekse, looking beautiful and colorful. So tell me, what inspires your beautiful and colorful designs?
Our design like are inspired by a lot of things. Like this one is inspired by the construction. So like we just get the inspiration everywhere. Especially like in the place whereby like people they don't see the need. So we just we can turn this into a business.
So why is construction important? How does that speak back to your brand?
It's all about hard working. I think so. Like it's like the image of these guys, like they are working very hard. So we just do that in a different way.
What projects have you guys worked on since you came on the show?
Man, we have done a lot of things. featured on the Prince KB music video.
That's
Kukuletu.
great. Yo,
Shout out.
Yeah,
Yes.
we
Wow.
shoot that video in Kukuletu, I think last month.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we are also featured there. And also, man, we're doing like a lot of pop-up stores. Yeah, even in the events. So like we're just traveling around Cape Town. We're doing
Yeah.
pop-ups. Yes.
For someone who's trying to grow a brand, how did that opportunity of being featured on the biggest song in South Africa at the moment, Kukuletu, how did that opportunity come about? Who contacted who? What happened there?
Like man, like I saw it on Twitter. I think Prince KB was tweeted as something. I'm shooting like a video in Kukuletu. So I told my bro, like, bro, let's try our luck. Let's go there. And then we just take a train, take a taxi straight to Gooks. Then
Yeah.
we bring the bag there. Like I was like, Prince KB, put us on, bro. Let's do this.
And then you did it on the spot.
Easy.
We should try one out.
So, where did you guys start? So, I know you started in 2017. How has the journey been since then?
Yeah, the journey is not like so easy. Yeah, we faced like there were some challenges on the path, and we kept going because firstly, from 2017 when we started, we attended the event which is called the MAFS fashion show, like from Bekwini. Yes, that's where we introduced ourselves there, and the people like they supported us. They showed love until now. Like we're still going on, and I think on which is next month on the 3rd of August, we'll be like showcasing our new range. It will be based in Bekwini. But what we're gonna update people on our social platforms, yes.
Yeah, talking
Yes.
about the new range, what is the
Yes.
range about?
We've got like currently now we've got the winter selection.
Yeah.
On August on the 3rd, we'll be showcasing like our new like summer editions.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is the inspiration behind this new range, and what type of clothing can we expect from you guys?
Like we are doing, it's a street culture.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're just representing the streets. Yeah, so we're gonna do like a t-shirts, the vest, and the tracksuit. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's gonna be like an exclusive.
Yeah. Exclusive. Right here.
Exclusive stuff.
Exclusive stuff. I think you need to come back and give us a few things when that exclusive stuff is out.
Of course.
Social media is currently taking over. It's coming a bomb. Everyone's on social media. How are you guys using social media to promote your brand?
I think like in nowadays, like if you have like a social media, that means you have a platform.
Yeah.
It's like you have your own channel. Yes, like to sell directly to your people. Yeah. So now like we have our own WhatsApp group as well. Like to come directly to our customers if they want to ask something and stuff like that.
It's so crazy how WhatsApp is growing.
You know?
It's
And I thought it
really-
was for old people.
As well, it's crazy how it's growing.
But now it's being used as another platform.
Yeah.
And I'm really glad that you guys are utilizing that opportunity, because a lot of young people, we won't do that because WhatsApp has it's as a
Yeah.
different function,
Yeah.
but now it's also serving another function, which is great.
Which is great.
And you guys started in Paarl, is that correct? What other areas have you guys been working in?
Sure. All over Cape Town.
Yeah.
Yeah, cause now we're just doing our pop-ups like tour, which we're coming like to all the hoods, like from Langa, Kukuletu, Khayelitsha, and Trifontein and Stellenbosch as well. Like we just
Driefontein.
pop up, then just bring our own stuff. And then,
Yeah.
it's a vibe.
Those pop-up stores that you guys do you perhaps sometimes collaborate with events where you guys showcase
Yes,
Impahla zenu?
exactly. Especially like a cheapest place.
Yeah.
Yeah, so every time when there is an event, like during the day, we just bring our stand and stuff.
Yeah.
Then people come and see the brand.
Yeah. How would you say fashion in Cape Town or fashion in South Africa has grown compared to other countries or other, let's say, other provinces?
Like, bro, I'm always like selling, like telling people this. Cape Town right now, like it's a new wave. Yeah, everybody like is coming to Cape Town. I think Cape Town is gonna be the biggest thing. Yeah, so we're gonna represent it like through
Yeah.
our
Do you
fashion.
agree?
100%,
Yeah.
100%. More especially like in place like Khayelitsha, where you can see there's a lot of local brands and the people, they support them. That's what I like about Cape Town. Like, yeah, even in our place in Paarl, like there's few like guys who are starting their local brands, like following us. But it's in that much as compared to Khayelitsha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Definitely
That you
beautiful.
guys are inspiring other people.
Yes.
Yeah.
And how has the reception been? How do people receive your brand?
Construction. What construction?
Yeah, construction.
Yo, the support has been amazing. Like, there's no complaint. Like, people are just like supporting, keep on supporting. They keep on coming, even though like sometimes there's a delays. Yeah, sometimes the fabric and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, they keep on coming. Like they are like so loyal.
Who's your biggest inspiration? What keeps you guys going?
For me, definitely Rick.
Yeah,
I would say DJ Spoo,
yeah.
the hustler, yes.
But besides celebrities, what inspired, because there are challenges along the way, what inspires you guys to keep going?
Of course, I think my family.
Yeah.
You know, like they supporting like us like through and through,
Yeah.
and also like friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Yes, yeah. What is like encouraging me, I would say, yeah, like the support from our friends and seeing people like representing our us. Like when you go to town, you go to the train, public transport, you're seeing like people wearing our brand. That's what keep us going. Yes.
Yeah.
Do you have any special message for anyone, a young boy lying in bed watching TV and wants to be a designer? Do you have a special message for them?
Yeah, of course, man. Like just follow your dreams. You know, yeah. keep on moving, and also like try to associate yourself with those people like who are on that field that you want to follow, and study the game. Always be a student.
Definitely.
Yeah, don't think you know too much. Keep on learning and then.
Well, guys, it was an honor having you on the show. Thank you so much. Good luck with your next range for summer. We cannot wait for that. And of course, Ekse, guys, they're doing great things around Cape Town. To make sure you follow them right now on their social media platforms and buy some of their clothes. I always say on the show, local is hashtag lekker.
Lekker.
But right now, we're talking all things black text with Ulama, Uvuyo, Uzoe, and of course, Scratch. Let's check out.
Oh man, yes, oh yes, thank you for choosing us as your source of entertainment. This is Tons of Chat, hashtag TOC, where we dissect anything that is under the sun. You're still chilling with real Jabota darlings. I am Lama Limun. Her is Zoe Charles, and that is Nkululeko Yengo. What is our next topic that we are talking about?
Oh, guys, I got something that I'm sure all of you know. We are talking about black tax, y'all. Who has felt black tax?
Show of hands.
Oh, okay. So that's
Show of hands.
100% of the
Show of hands.
If they clap, I say no. We have to talk about this. This is hurtful. So I was checking out an article about this young woman by the name of Kumo, a 24-year-old woman who's sharing her experience of being young, educated, and employed. However, her salary is going to the whole household. So she writes this article going on about how every cent that she has, she can never do what she wants to do. She has to take care of the family. So now the point that she even raised herself is the fact that her friends are living out on their own. And now she's considering moving out so that she can be able to buy the sneakers that she wants in peace and not get that phone call about imali ya school fees or imali yombani grocer. And for me, I feel like I'm two minds, because the real question we want to know here is how much do we really owe our parents, right? And besides that, are we born in debt? The fact that from school, like, does that make sense to you guys? So can you break that down for a second?
You know, I read a meme once that said that, you know, a qualification does not necessarily mean anything, but it means that you're going to be a middle-class debted person. That's literally what a degree is nowadays. Wow. So I think that's something that it's a legacy that we are carrying on because of our history. And perhaps as time goes by, that will, you know, kind of go down. But because of our history, I think we kind of, to some extent, we do owe our parents.
Black tax makes me sad because I didn't ask to be born. It just happened. Like I woke up one morning and I was like, I didn't ask for this to happen. You know, so why was I brought into this earth to ease up people's lives financially? And how can I give when I do not have? I feel like I should establish myself economically, financially first, and then I have everything that I need to survive, and then I can take care of you.
It's a guilt, I
I see
think.
that. I see that. And how do you feel about
But then
black
again,
tax?
guys, going back on this previous topic, we just talk about elections, politics. I think black tax is just deeper than us feeling that obligation to give back to our families and parents. It's deeper than that because we have to remember they didn't have these opportunities. They didn't have the access to knowledge that we so do today. So that's why they didn't have such a luxury of us growing up and having that privilege, of dreaming. When you're black, when you realize, when you become conscious that you're black, you realize that your world is different. Especially if, for instance, you're sent to a school with white kids and colored kids, and you just realize, okay, I'm black, and you start feeling ashamed, some of us, and you change how you
You
speak.
get an inferiority complex with regards to that.
Exactly, and then that inferiority complex develops, and then you realize it's deeper than that, man.
So you can't necessarily, if I'm getting you correctly, you can't necessarily just assume because you're black, you are like the other kids, the other white children, the other colored children. You have a heavier burden. Is that what you're saying? With the
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, as black people, I feel like the government hasn't done enough. And I feel like the people in power really haven't done
especially
enough for
to
us.
economically liberate us.
But
Exactly.
the government does not live in your house, so does it? Do we owe our parents? If so, how much? Because leave the government alone. It's you with your parentals and your siblings. You go out to work every day of your life, and then comes month end, you need to share your 5 friends.
Oh, okay. Let me take another approach. I believe it's all about the majority. You see, not all black people are poor, same as not all white people are rich, but the majority. So it's all about now tilling those scales so that there's no such a gap. I mean, 400 years of slavery, guys, come on.
Okay, quickly, do you owe your parents?
Do you owe your parents something?
I don't owe them, but if you look at your situation at home and you know that your
What
mother...
would you do? Do you pay the black tax?
I don't pay black tax, but
Why?
I support my mother, because she raised me
Okay.
and because I'm black.
Okay. So it's coming from
So
a place
you
of...
owe her because she raised you.
I don't owe
black
her.
tax.
I don't owe her.
I feel so happy when I get to, give in my family or my...
That's what I'm
I feel
saying.
it's just a good feeling. I wouldn't necessarily say it's black tax, but it feels good.
To be able to contribute.
Exactly,
back,
to give back.
Just to see how happy they become or they get.
Because
Not
you owe
saying
them.
that I'm giving them back or they want it, or they need it, but I just feel good.
You know what, on that note, I wish we would contribute, not because our parents or families need us to, but because it's something that we feel like doing.
Want to do.
But because circumstances force us or compel us to, give back.
Got you. Oh, well, I hear you guys got some interesting points there. I'm still on the fence with regards to a black tax sign because you, bills. Mom, your bills too. Okay, let's talk about it.
When we return, we'll have tons of chat.
So let's go pay some more bills.
Right after this.
Now, welcome back to Ekse, the biggest, baddest, most hip and happening show in Mzansi. Now, that was just an expert advice about black
tax. What's your take on black tax? Is it something that you think?
I think black tax is real.
Yeah.
If you're asking me what's my take on it, I think it's real.
Yeah.
But I also think it's a responsibility, right?
Yeah.
Like we talk about it. It's an unspoken rule in the household.
Definitely.
Because when you start earning your own money, you're gonna take for your ma geld
And black tax is not something, it's not like you owe your parents anything. It's just that unspoken responsibility that you think you have towards the household.
and that gratitude.
Saying thank you to your
saying
parents.
thank
I don't
you.
think anyone black tax something that, it's not like the SARS tax. It's definitely different from that, guys. It's something that you give back to your family, give back to your parents. It's not like you go to them and say, here's 1,000 a month, it's my black tax. No, you contribute towards grocery, towards other people's education, towards water, towards electricity. That is black tax. It's
Now,
not something bad.
When do you start paying black tax?
I think for me, you never stop paying black tax, especially in our black household
yeah.
because in order for me to be the person that I am, my aunt helped me, my grandmother helped me, not only my mom contributed to the person that I am, everyone in the household contributed to the person that I am. So I'm also going to contribute to my nephews, to my nieces. It's never going to end. It's an unending cycle. Well, there you have it, guys. What a great show it was. Ekse on a nutshell. Remember to catch the repeat tomorrow between 7 to 8 in the morning. Other than that, we are, of course, on YouTube at Ekse on Cape Town TV, or we are here on the show throughout the week.
And follow us on Instagram. I'm Kim Blanchet.
And I am, of course, Nalo Jonas. And where can they call us?
021-448-0448.
And of course on Twitter at Ekse_live, on Facebook at Ekse on Cape Town TV. Do what you gotta do to make sure you're part of the greatest and the biggest youth show in the mother city. A big shout out to all of our studio guests for coming through. We had Base Galore, we have Yippe in the building, we had the Exodus, everyone was here. Thank you so much. Until next time, take care and God bless.